Hi guys, this is Rusty78609. This is a continuation of the video I was doing before I got a marketing phone call and killed it. And there's no way to resume it, so we'll call this part 2 of the New Mexico camping sites. And yeah, the other video just ends right in the middle of it because I forgot to put it on airplane mode. And then if I don't have my smartphone on airplane mode and somebody calls, then the video stops and there's no way to go back on the phone and restart it. So that's kind of one of the downsides, I guess, of using a smartphone. But anyway, we were in New Mexico camping, and I was at Daddle Wells in that area talking about you know, cell phone service and so forth. And then I mentioned that you can go on further west from Daddle Wells through Pie Town and continue on into Arizona, and there are some places there in National Forest right near, not too far from the border, that you can camp for free and disperse camping. But then also I was just getting started about, there is another state park in New Mexico not too far from Daddle Wells called, I think it's called El Morro. It's a national monument, and it's just a big rock where people when they were traveling west in covered wagons years ago used to leave their names and stuff. Well, actually they were, it goes back to when the Spanish had control of New Mexico. Some of the writings on the rocks go back a couple of 300 years or 400 years maybe, quite a while. Pretty interesting. And it's free camping there. They have a campground, you can camp out for free. It has a toilet, water available, but there's no hookups. It's pretty much boondocking, dry camping stuff. Of course, you know, then you can go from there, you can go on up into Grants, and near Grants there's a BLM site, and there's a campground called Joe Skeen, S-K-E-E-N, Joe Skeen, and it's a BLM site, free campsite, but it's dry camping. There's is there water available there? I can't remember. Well, no, there wasn't water there. There was water available at the ranger station, and the gate was always locked. So you better be sure you take plenty of water if you go to Joe Skeen near Grants, New Mexico. You know, then from Grants, you know, you can go. You know, there's some other state parks in the area. I don't like state parks all that much. There's, you know, anytime you go to a state park, most of the time they're on a lake or they're on a river, and the reason they do that is to get the crowds in, which is wonderful for the state park, but it's not wonderful for people that are looking for privacy and quiet. So I don't go to those much. In fact, I don't go to them at all anymore. I didn't go much to them 20 years ago. So anyway, from, you know, Grants, you know, then you can move up towards, you know, you go towards Santa Fe. You can go back down I-40 over to Albuquerque and turn up towards Santa Fe. I think it's on 25, and go north, and then before you get to Santa Fe, I don't know how many miles, probably 25 miles, there's it's a Corps of Engineers park, which is very nice. It's huge. They got 2 different campgrounds, and it's, you know, if you got a senior pass, it's cheapy. If you don't, it's not too cheap. So, but it's a good place to hang your hat for a while. It's not too high in the elevations. They do have a lake there, but again, it doesn't get too crowded. You can call ahead. Again, it's a Corps of Engineers between Albuquerque and Santa Fe on the west side of I-25. You know, of course, then you got Abiquiu or Beaky, or however you pronounce it. That's another spot. I've been there. It's pretty nice. That's I believe that's a Corps of Engineers. I believe that's Corps of Engineers too. What else? You know, then of course when you get around Santa Fe, you got a forest there, a lot of forest, so you can go out and do dispersed camping. I don't camp around Santa Fe. I've been into Santa Fe several times. It's, you know, it's a crowded tourist trap, kind of like Taos, but I do like the Taos area. Now, as far as well, I just like Taos. I don't know why. It's got the flavor that I like. So I'll head on up to Taos, and at the what is it called, Rio Grande Gorge, which is north of Taos. You go on through and then turn left. I'm not sure what the number of the highway is, but you go west, go to Rio Grande Gorge. They have a little visitor center there, and you can stay there overnight for no charge, and it's got pretty good Verizon cell. El Morro doesn't have any. El Morro doesn't have any cell signal there. Josquin has minimal cell phone available. The Corps of Engineers park on the way to Santa Fe got pretty good Verizon signal. And then going up from Santa Fe north to Taos, before you get to Taos, about 15 miles, there is a Bureau of Land Management set up there on the Rio Grande River, and they have rafting and stuff, and it's a big campground right along the river. It's a far fee. They do have some full hookup sites. They do have some basic sites with nothing, but it's a fee. It's not much, $3 to $4 a night, whatever, for the boondocker types. And but it's usually pretty crowded there. But then you get up around Taos, you got a lot of camping opportunities there, because you got some national forests, of course. You got the Carson National Forest around Taos, and so you camp a lot of places around there. Most of them are for a fee, but it's like anywhere from, I don't know, $2 to $4 a night, not much. And most of them have water available and toilets, but that's all, no hookups. That's in the forest. Now, of course, then there are campgrounds that do. When you get around Red River and that area, there are places that have full hookups, but that's up to you. There's one that I go that's on what's called the Enchanted Loop. It's a road highway that makes a circle from Taos, New Mexico to Cuesta, turn right in Cuesta, go to Red River, come out of Red River and go to Eagle's Nest, from Eagle's Nest to Angel Fire, from Angel Fire back to Taos. Takes about 2 hours leisurely to take that trip. Very scenic. And but yeah, when you go to Cuesta north of Taos, you can take a right, go about, I don't know, 5 or 6 miles. On the right hand side you'll see a sign for a Carson National Forest site called Goat Hill. It's right on a nice mountain stream, but it's not too far from the highway, so you do get some highway noise, but there's no cell signal, or very, very minimal. And but anyway, on and on I could go about that. But I like the Taos area. One of my favorite spots there in that area is Wild Rivers Recreation Site, I think. It's a BLM, Bureau of Land Management site, and it's really nice and very. They have water. They don't have water at the sites. Most of the sites just are dry camping. And anyway, as you can see, I'm trying to get in here and get some gas. But the Wild Rivers is north of Cuesta, and it's really a nice place. Elevation about 7,000 feet. Cell signal 0, unless it's changed, which I doubt it has. But anyway, I'll end it pretty close here. But remember, this is a 2-part video, thanks to the phone call from whoever, a telemarketer, I think. And but having said that, guys, from Central Texas with his camera crooked, this is Rusty 78609. And yeah, there's a lot of places in New Mexico. I could still go on with some more. There's camping around. Eagle's Nest has got a state park there, but it's usually pretty crowded. So if you don't have reservations, you can forget that. And around Red River, same way. If you don't have reservations, they're going to be crammed. But there are places in the Carson National Forest that are dry camping areas. They're what they are. But you're not going to have cell signal at any of them, as far as I know. If you go out to the Rio Grande Gorge and stay one night at the visitor center there, they have cell signal there. It's, I think, 2 bars, as I recall. And so that's pretty handy. But it's all very scenic. As far as the scenery, it's beautiful. The climate's nice in every area I've talked to you about. And would I go to any of them again? Hell, I'd go to all of them again, and I probably will. So, having said that, guys, this accidental 2-part video, I hope you enjoyed it. What's this guy want? Pardon me?
Are you getting gas? fast?
Yes.
Oh, have you done yet or no?
I'm just starting.
Okay.
No, I was just finishing the phone call.
Oh, no, you're good. I just need to get here when you're done. Just whenever you're done.
Well, let's see. Maybe let me see if I can pull into this next one.
No, it's okay. You can finish up.
Well, that's all right.
Not a big deal.
Well, I mean, if you're not in a hurry. You're in a hurry.
I'm working, but...
Hey, I'll get it. Don't worry. Okay.